What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. It is finally getting nice out. About the middle of March now. Don't have much for snow, as you can see. I would say it's been a really, probably abnormally warm March for us, but hey, I cannot complain. So, yeah, today we are working on the DA Integra, the black one, my car, not Cindy's. Speaking of Cindy's, guess what? Her car, finally out of here. I did snap some footage. She picked that up earlier today, so I'll throw that in right after the intro. So you guys stay tuned and let's get right into that video. Woo! We were able to tell that I had ran that, so I'm going to kind of show you guys. Cindy's picking up her car today. She's taking it. She's gonna finish her up. And yeah, get the bumpers on, get the exhaust on. You excited?
I'm excited.
Nervous but excited. So she'll get her finished up here hopefully before the first race. And yeah, I'm sure the next time you see it, it'll be at the track. So, like you guys just saw, Cindy's vehicle finally left. It's been here since, I want to say September of last year, and it's March now. So, yeah, glad to get that out of here. She had a few things that she had to finish up on. I got a little bit of dirt under there. But, yeah, she had a few things she has to finish up on, getting bumper on, getting some things tidied up, exhaust, that sort of thing. But she should easily be able to get that done. It just needs to be tuned also. So she's going to take that down. Probably down to King Motorsports before the first race. If she runs out of time, probably be fine at the first race without a tune, but definitely needs to get done. But you guys are all here because we are working on this bad girl. I'll show you what we got going on. We got the car up on some jack stands, got her all jacked up. Had to throw our Hoosiers on there to get her moved around in the garage. It was in this spot here, and we moved it over to where Cindy's is. So, the reason that being is we have Donnie's chain hoist thing mounted up there. That way we can get the engine out. So we'll pop the hood here and see. So, pretty simple to pull these. Not too concerned about that. Should be able to get it out in a couple hours, I'm thinking. And rolling around, and yeah, piece of cake. Yeah, so we need to get this engine out, because Lee down at Full Bore, he has the head, or sorry, he has the block, and we're using this head on the block that he's building for us. So we have a B16 in here, which is, for those of you Honda or people that don't know Hondas, it's a 1.6 liter dual overhead cam. We are taking a B18, so a 1.8 liter non-VTEC block, and putting the B16 VTEC head on it. Be kind of like what they call Frankenstein, and otherwise known as an LS VTEC swap. He's doing a ton of stuff to the block for us. I'll probably go over that later on in this video or another video of all the things that he's doing, but yeah. So probably won't do any more today. It's already getting to the end of the day, and it's St. Patty's Day, so we're probably gonna go out, get some food, and start on this probably tomorrow. So we'll see you tomorrow probably.
1 week later.
Had to take a quick break. Had a couple coral customers stop over. Had to sell them a few corals. I'm all dirty and greasy trying to get in my tank without getting any of that in there. But yeah, we'll get right back into the garage and we'll get working on her. Sorry for that little B-roll action there. Even if you're not interested in saltwater tanks, you gotta admit, those are pretty badass. So yeah, we'll get back to working on the car. I think what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna disconnect the exhaust. I didn't even think about that, duh. So that's one thing I gotta do. So I'll disconnect the header from the test pipe and take the header right off. So we'll do that. So I got it all unbolted. Forgot to unhook the O2 sensor, and I had it just hanging there, so I got a dropper out the bottom. I don't have I have an aftermarket traction bar, so we don't have to worry about this big honking thing being here. We got, this on here, so we got a lot of clearance in between. This is a Skunk 2 header also. It says Skunk 2 Mega Power, I don't know, which is the 4, it's 4-2-1. It's a 4-to-1 header, 4-2-1. Doesn't make the best power on a B16, but with the new engine going in here, this should flow really well. I think it's honestly too much flow for a B16. It's made more for like a B18 or a B20. So yeah, keep that in mind for your next build. Not ideal for a B16, and the place that tuned this car, King Motorsports, told me that as well. It's not ideal for a B16. We got the throttle cable disconnected. I took the bolts out instead of, undoing the jam nut here because it's already set and it kind of adjusted for this throttle body and how it's going to work. So Yeah, figured it'd be easier just to take 2 bolts out, unhook it from the throttle plate itself, and then or the butterfly valve. I just put the bolts back in. Gonna finish disconnecting some stuff here. Got a few things back along the firewall here. Got some grounds to disconnect yet as well, so we'll snap those bad boys loose. Okay, y'all, literally everything that needs to be disconnected is disconnected. I zip tie the caliper up there so it's not hanging by the hose also. Yeah, everything that needs to be disconnected is. The only thing I have to do is drain the antifreeze, my absolute least favorite part. So now that we don't have to go underneath it anymore, actually, I think what I might do before I even do that is I may remove the T bracket back here, or try to at least get the bolts loose on it, because I do actually have to climb under it to get the bolts out of the one that goes into the transmission. So we'll do that, get the T bracket out in the back, and then I'm going to pull a radiator hose and we're going to start draining. One thing you can do to regulate the flow so it doesn't go flying out of there is if you keep the radiator cap on, and once it starts slowing up, just lightly crack it and just kind of let it start pulling air. That way it doesn't just fly out of there and make a huge mess. Made a little bit of a mess, but honestly that's not too bad at all. Caught 99% of the antifreeze, so pretty good. Woo! All right. We got antifreeze drain. I just drained the oil as well. So literally the only thing holding it in, this mount and this mount. So probably have to pull the hood off here to be able to get the chain hoist in the right spot. I may be able to scoot it further forward. We'll check. But yeah, basically get the chain hoist hooked up to the car and then take the mounts off. Alrighty guys, we did get it out. I kind of messed up on where I placed the dolly. It's kind of off kiltered there. I'll have to reposition it, and I'm going to lower the car back down and then move the chain hoist and use that to put the engine on the engine stand. So yeah, pretty awesome. We got her out. So it's not too bad dropping her out the bottom. You can go to your local auto parts store or eBay and order a chain hoist for pretty cheap. So like 50 bucks. Takes up a lot less room than an engine hoist too. So not too bad. So we'll keep rolling. So I've been doing quite a bit of work here, kind of behind the scenes. Basically took everything off that needed to be off, hoses wise, intake manifold, you know, basically everything. Cam caps, cams, everything. Took all that off. I just loosened and took off all of the ARP head stud nuts. So did that. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to set the camera down and I am going to lift the head off. Obviously this thing's been apart, not by me. Somebody had it apart because it's got head studs on it. I believe it was the previous owner. I think he said he did a head gasket and head studs on it, but other than that, it's basically a stock engine. So I have yet to split this thing and see what it looks like. So we'll get to her. Got her pulled off. Got her up on the bench. Pretty sweet. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to kind of go through and inspect everything and just kind of see what kind of everything looks like. Obviously we're not using this block, but just curious to see, you know, over the years what some of this stuff looks like cylinder wall wise and everything. I mean, from what I can see just looking in the cylinders, they actually look really, really good. Pretty impressive. That's a Honda for you. So I'm gonna inspect the head and stuff as well. So I went through and just kind of gave this thing a good visual inspection. I flipped it over, looked at the dome on each cylinder. They all look pretty good. Yeah, basically gonna get this thing boxed up, and I got to get it down to full bore tomorrow. Yeah, I still have to pull the crank pulley off this thing. I have to pull the flywheel off as well because we're balancing the entire rotating assembly, so I got to get in both of those as well. Quick flash forward here. I'm going to show you guys something. So I have a brand new I put a brand new OEM clutch in the car before the start of last season. Looks great, right? Beautiful. Until you flip it over. Oh my God. It's missing half of the friction material. Unreal. How it actually worked and held up. Crazy. Well, just wanted to show you guys that. If you could, guys, please like and subscribe. And I would like to give a huge shout out to Boar Enterprises out of Dodgeville, Wisconsin. He is the man when it comes to engine building. I can put an engine together, I can assemble one, but he takes it to a whole new level as far as engine building goes. So yeah, he's doing up our block for us. He's helping us out this season. So yeah, if you could like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and I guess stay tuned for, I'm gonna say, probably either assembling the engine or putting it back in the vehicle. So hopefully it'll be a couple weeks here, and got the first race coming up too as well. So we'll catch you guys in the next one, guys. Thanks.